Hello, Coach Holmes here, and today we're going to be talking about triangles as far as classifying triangles right now. Now, there's different types of triangles that we have here. First of all, there's one type of triangle where there's no equal sides, okay? When you have a triangle with no equal sides, that's called a scalene triangle, okay? Scalene triangle is any triangle with no equal sides. However, if you have two congruent sides like this, you have an isosceles triangle. You have an isosceles triangle, which means two equal sides for a triangle. Now, if all three sides of a triangle is equal to each other, you'll have an equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle has all three congruent sides. Now, if we dig a little bit deeper, we can also classify triangles by angles. What we did previously was classify triangles based off of the sides, but this time we're going to classify angles, triangles based off of the angles. Now, it's important to keep in mind with three acute angles, okay? If you have three acute angles, it's called an acute triangle, okay? A triangle is always going to have acute angles, but what's important is that all three of them are acute. Next, we have one obtuse triangle with one obtuse angle. If you have at least one obtuse angle, it doesn't matter where, much necessarily how big the angle is, you just have to have one obtuse angle. That will be called an obtuse triangle. Okay? Now, if I have one right angle of a triangle, just one, then I have a right triangle. Okay? And these are pretty common, and we're probably going to see more often throughout the school year. We'll actually work with a lot with right triangles later on. But if I have three angles that are congruent to each other, three angles that are congruent, they are equal angular, there we go, equal angular triangles, which means all three angles are equal to each other. Now, we do want to be able to classify triangles so that way we get an idea of what type of triangles we're dealing with, okay? So, but we have to classify based off of both angles and sides. So for example, if I have two congruent sides here, I know that I have an isosceles. But notice I have two congruent angles as well. Now, so it's going to work both ways. If I have equal sides, I'm going to get two equal angles. But because the third one is not equal to the other two, it's not equal angular. However, this is obtuse. This is quite a bit of a big angle. So it's obtuse, so I have an obtuse triangle. So I have an isosceles obtuse triangle for the first one. Now, these should be equal length. These should be equal length. So typically, anytime I have an equal angular triangle, they're automatically going to be equilateral triangles. Okay? But not only are they equal angular and equilateral, they're also acute. Okay? So because all three of these angles are acute angles. So this is an acute triangle as well. Next, I have a right triangle. So I say that because I have a right angle here. So I have a right triangle. So I have a right triangle, but I also have different lengths. All three lengths are completely different from each other. So I have a scalene triangle. Okay? Now, it's important to be able to recognize different types of triangles and be able to classify them. So that way we can actually dig deeper into how we can investigate and get further with the triangles. Thank you. Have a good day.